Greetings, Pax Pres. Sunday, February 25th at 3 p.m. Please join me here in the sanctuary for our annual corporate meeting. February 25th, 3 to about 4:30 p.m. here in the sanctuary, with dessert in the narthex afterward. Now, we're not going to do this meeting on Zoom like we've done with some others because it is in the mid-afternoon, hopefully an easy time for all to come and attend. So come on out and join us on the 25th at 3 p.m. here in the sanctuary. Now, I'm the first to admit that annual corporate meeting doesn't really scream exciting, so that's why I'd rather say I'm inviting you to an event on the 25th at 3 p.m. called God Sightings. Yes, God Sightings. An annual meeting is a typical chance to celebrate how God has been at work in and through our church last year. We hope to do that on the 25th in a dynamic and interactive way. Now, what's the point in looking backward when God wants us moving forward in mission and ministry? Some might say, don't dwell on the past. Well, when my kids were super young, we got an app for our phone that let us post pictures and videos for a select group of family and friends to see, so that we knew we weren't putting our kids' digital footprint out on Facebook for the entire universe. But the point is that years later, fast forward to today, we get a weekly email of flashbacks. It selects random photos and videos from years ago, and it is a personal highlight of my week. It really is a highlight of my week to get that in my inbox and see what flashbacks it chooses. Now, God's people in the Old Testament did something similar. They sometimes built stone structures in locations where God had worked in a powerful or special way. In Hebrew, they were Ebenezers. Stones of help, Ebenezers. And why? So that as they moved and future generations moved, as we move forward in making and growing disciples of Jesus Christ by building bridges for his gospel, our future ministry is encouraged by and tethered to how God has been faithful to us in the past. Makes me think of the names of dedication on each of these stained glass windows behind me, or even the name I just saw today on this cross that sits on our communion table every week. Reminders of God's faithfulness to look back and see God's sightings clearly, so that as we move forward, we can see God's sightings clearly when we are busy with mission and ministry together. So please join me on the 25th at 3 p.m. in the sanctuary for God sightings. And yes, for dessert in the narthex as well.